What if that glossy blackbird sitting on your fence post right now isn't just looking for a stray scrap of food? What if it is actively studying your facial features, logging your daily routine, and building a detailed psychological profile of your character? The reality of backyard wildlife is far more complex, calculating, and brilliantly engineered than a casual glance out your kitchen window suggests. The birds in your neighborhood are not just passive background decoration. They are ancient survivalists, highly observant detectives, and deep social planners. Welcome to Bird Secrets. If you want to uncover the raw truth behind avian intelligence and master the deep hidden mysteries of the natural world, hit that subscribe button right now. Join our community of nature detectives as we conduct a forensic audit on the extraordinary mind of the most intelligent wild bird in your neighborhood. We are peeling back the feathers on this urban anomaly, unlocking the forgotten science, generational grudges, and terrifying memory mechanics of the crow. 1. The Face Identification Protocol. Our first case file investigates a biological fact that leaves many people completely unsettled. Crows possess a flawless, high-resolution memory for individual human faces. If you have ever crossed paths with a crow, it didn't just see a generic human shape, it mapped your specific features. This reality was famously proven in a landmark animal cognition study conducted at the University of Washington. Researchers donned specific, distinctive masks before capturing, measuring, and banding wild crows on campus, a mildly stressful experience for the birds. Afterward, whenever researchers walked the campus routes wearing those exact masks, the crows erupted into immediate, targeted chaos. They shrieked alarm calls, dive-bombed the masked figures, and physically harassed them. It didn't matter if a completely different person was wearing the mask. The crows responded strictly to the facial structure itself. The visual data was locked in their memory bank, permanently filed away under an immediate threat profile. 2. Generational information transmission. This brings us to our second revelation, which elevates crow intelligence from simple memory to advanced cultural learning. Crows actively teach their children which humans to hate. The University of Washington study revealed that as the years rolled on, the number of birds harassing the masked researchers actually multiplied. How is this possible if only a few original crows were captured? The answer is cultural transmission. Crows possess a highly sophisticated social structure where mating pairs stay together for life, and older offspring remain with the family unit for up to 5 years to help raise new chicks. When the parents identify a hostile human, they communicate that danger directly to the younger generation through vocalized scoldings and physical cues. Young juvenile crows who had never once been touched or threatened by the masked humans would fiercely attack the researchers simply because their parents taught them to. Your reputation with your local crows isn't just personal, it is a genetic inheritance. 3. The 17-year grudge ledger. If you have ever done something to upset a crow, even by accident, understand this: the clock does not reset. Case File 3 uncovers the terrifying longevity of the crow's grudge ledger. In the same University of Washington research trials, the crow's aggressive mobbing behavior against the hostile masks persisted for over 17 years. This time frame far exceeds the average lifespan of a wild crow, meaning the original birds who experienced the initial capture had long since passed away. Yet, the grudge survived. It had been passed down so flawlessly through multiple generations of offspring and neighboring flocks that the entire local community continued to execute the vendetta. If you throw a shoe at a crow today, you are not just startling a passing bird, you are cementing a hostile reputation that will outlive you in that territory for nearly 2 decades. 4. Continuous reputation. Mapping crows are what behavioral researchers call neophilic. They are deeply drawn to novelty, new objects, and new people. However, they balance this curiosity with an extraordinary level of defensive caution. Before a crow ever approaches you, it spends days building what scientists call a reputation map. They are forensic observers of human behavior. From high tree canopies, they note exactly which door you leave through, what time you walk to your car, whether you move with erratic speed, and how you react to their calls. Dr. John Marsluff, a leading corvid expert, notes that crows systematically categorize every human in their territory. If you are quiet, predictable, and toss out food consistently, you are mapped as safe. If you wave your arms, yell, or act unpredictably, you are permanently logged as a hazard. They know your pattern better than your own neighbors do. 5. Causal reasoning and physics. Hacking. Our fifth case file shifts to the raw processing power of the corvid brain. Crows do not just react to basic stimuli, they are capable of abstract multi-step causal reasoning. In a famous study conducted at Cambridge University, wild crows were presented with a complex puzzle. A highly desired treat was left floating inside a deep, narrow tube of water, completely out of reach of their beaks. Without any prior training or experience with water displacement, the crows looked at the problem and engineered an immediate solution. They ignored nearby light wood pieces and systematically picked up heavy stones, dropping them into the tube one by one. They specifically selected the largest stones because their minds instantly calculated that greater mass would displace the water faster, raising the liquid level and bringing the reward straight to the top. The bird watching you from the telephone wire isn't just looking at you, it is actively calculating your next move. 6. The complex vocal network. If you listen closely to a flock of crows, you aren't just hearing random noise. Case File 6 reveals that crows possess one of the most advanced, intricate vocal communication languages in the entire animal kingdom, utilizing over 24 distinct vocalizations. Their caws are fully structured broadcasts filled with specific data. When a crow spots a hostile human, it doesn't just scream in fear. It sounds a precise scolding frequency that alerts every bird within a half-mile radius. This acoustic broadcast relays your exact location, your movement vector, and the severity of the threat. Within seconds, your negative reputation propagates through the entire neighborhood network. Conversely, they also possess incredibly soft, low-frequency click and rattle sounds reserved for positive social bonding. If a crow uses these gentle notes around you, it is actively broadcasting to the rest of the flock that you are a trusted ally, updating the regional database in your favor. 7. Advanced tool engineering. Crows are among the elite fraction of organisms on Earth capable of advanced tool manufacturing. While North American backyards showcase their mental strategy, their close relatives, the New Caledonian crows, take engineering to a near-human level. In controlled studies at Oxford University, these birds didn't just find convenient sticks to fish insects out of tree bark, they actively manufactured them. They will take a straight piece of wire or wood, wedge it into a crevice, and use their beaks to bend the tip into a precise functioning hook to pull food out of hidden chambers. They choose specific materials based on structural rigidity, trim excess leaves to reduce drag, and will even store their favorite custom tools in safe tree hollows to reuse them later. You are dealing with an animal that understands mechanics, form, and future planning. 8. The crow funeral phenomenon. We saved this final case file for last because it completely changes how we perceive animal consciousness. When a crow dies, something extraordinary happens. The local flock will completely cease foraging, stop their usual raucous vocalizations, and gather by the dozens in the branches directly surrounding the fallen bird. For several minutes, an eerie total silence falls over the area. Researchers at the University of Washington have studied these gatherings extensively. On a practical level, it is a critical intelligence gathering mission. The living crows are quietly analyzing the scene to determine what killed their comrade so they can map new dangers in the territory. However, scientists admit the behavior goes far beyond basic survival logic. The intense silence, the total lack of territorial fighting, and the solemn group assembly mimic a profound emotional response that looks unmistakably like grief. They remember their dead, they map the location, and they never forget the humans associated with that space. The wild birds visiting your backyard are not simple, unthinking creatures driven purely by basic survival instincts. They are highly intelligent, deeply sensitive, and analytical observers who have spent months creating a comprehensive ledger of your lifestyle, your personality, and your trustworthiness. From their generational memory banks to their ability to hack the laws of physics, crows are the undisputed intellectual monarchs of the backyard. Thank you for unlocking the secrets of the avian world with us today on Bird Secrets. If this deep forensic audit of crow intelligence completely changed the way you look at the birds on your fence, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, share it with your fellow nature lovers, and drop a comment below letting us know if a local crow has ever recognized you or left you a mysterious gift. Stay curious, keep observing the skies, and we will see you in the next breakdown.